Okay, so pay real close attention to the first part of the class for sure. Yes, we're going to pick up weights, but we're going to do a preview. So I'm going to go through a range of motion that you should pretty much do every day. Seriously, just this range of motion. Okay, so pay attention to this first part of our class because that's what I'm going to focus on. So by now you should have memorized the, so bring your hands out. You bring your hands out. You do a little bit of stepping. See how your feet are working. I see you guys. See my thumbs are up. See that? My thumbs are up. Then I walk through. I walk back. I keep my shoulders down. Breathe through the nose every time I can if possible. Then I go up into, down into a W. And why do I start with this? Because some of you go into a W, and so we're going to go through this first part of this class, maybe 10 minutes or so, in basic moves that you need to be doing pretty much every day. So you go out into a T, you go into a W, and the reason you go into a W with your hands like this is if I go like this, I should be able to put the palm of my hand, see, right here, without bringing my elbows this away or this away. Okay, see that? So it's a W. So do your T, do your W, take a step, roll to the very tip of your toe as you roll. Then you step back, you bring the toe up. See that? So as I'm doing my W, I just step through, roll to the top of that toe. You should feel your ankle really working. Then I go out into my T and I pull my toe up. Take a big deep breath. Then I put that foot down, go back into my W. And now I'm going to step forward with the other leg. And see how I'm rolling to my tip of my toe? Yeah, put a little pressure, not much, a little on that toe. And then you step back and you pull that toe up and go back into your T, step forward, roll into the top of that toe, push it just a little bit so that you feel your toes bending, and then step back and pull that toe forward. So you see, in getting my ankle and my foot some warm up and some motion, I'm working with my shoulders. I'm going from a T to a W, simply TW, and then pull that up. And in the process of doing just this, I've already done some single leg stances and some split stances, which is a really good thing to do. Then I'm going to walk toe in front of heel, toe in front of heel, and there I go with those palms. See, it's amazing if you just take your W with your palm up, taking breaths, drop your shoulders, rib cage up, and if you come in when you're at your W, the palm of your hand, that's what your goal is to try to get the palm of the hand into your deltoid right there. And I'm doing tandem walks. See this? As I'm just tapping my deltoid with the palm of my hands. And as I do it, I keep my shoulders down and I roll the shoulders back so that I can open here. It's a little tiny move, but it's very effective. Okay, so now go palm up, and I'm rotating now through the middle to lower back as I do what's called tandem walking. Okay, so we're just keying up all the proprioceptive systems. Okie dokie, keep your shoulders down. If I came into the room right now with you, I'd put my hands on your shoulders. Did that make you put them down? See, my palms are up, turning, palms are down. Palms are up, palms are down, palms are up, palms are down. Keep those shoulders down. Bring those hands right here to the side, walk out to the side, and come back. So it's not really a walk. It's a stepping to the side, okay? So basically it's a side lunge. So what am I doing this morning? I'm going through, in this little warm-up session with no weights, I'm going through some of the basic moves that we need to take ourselves through pretty much every day, just to kind of get realigned and to make sure everything's gonna be working fine. So see, as I step out, many of you might do this. You see, I'm not doing that. I'm shifting. I'm stepping out here. I'm bending here. That's a big difference, okay? So step out, stay right here, and hip hinge. Bring it back in. So it's a side lunge, actually. Take a big deep breath. So now I can, if I know what I'm doing, now I keep my shoulders down, take a big deep breath. Now I'm gonna take my hands up into a Y. Okay, so this is the first time I've gone up into a Y. So do you see, before you even really bend your leg, what you have to do is bring your leg up so that you're shifted weight into this leg. This is your support leg. I'm in a Y with my shoulders down. And if I'm bringing my knee up before I step, see, it will help me to remind myself that I am loading here. I don't want to shift over here. And that's what a lot of us do. Okay, so bring your leg up, bring it out, hip hinge, and you're coming right into a nice back extension and a hip hinge. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my hands in my Y, and now I'm going to point backwards with my thumb. So many of you are doing this. That's fine. Bend your elbows and go back now in your Y. Because see, I want your hands and your elbows to be behind you, so to speak. Now I'm going to do single leg stance because I've switched now. I'm going to go over the other way. But what do I want you to do? Why am I bringing you up here on your foot? Because I don't want you to do this. See, I don't want you to do that. What I do want you to do is a hip hinge as you reach. See, that's a very different move. So take a big deep breath. If you have a hard time bringing those arms back, then bend the elbows, or you're going to be doing your Y out here. I want you to do your Y way back here, okay? And I'm spending so much time on this particular point for K. I hope you're laughing, Kay. It's true though. So see, I'm doing that huge back extension, a little dip, and then I come back into it and bring it down. You should be feeling all these muscles now, which is one of the reasons why we want to do this kind of a thing. Take a big deep breath. Do a tandem stance, okay? Yeah, act like you're standing on a wire. Here's a little tip. Don't put your heel right on the toe. Bring it out just a little bit, but stay on the line. Then the thumbs are forward. And now I want you to do, we may not do 30, but these shoulder rolls that I'm doing right now, if you would do some of the moves I did up until now and do these shoulder rolls pretty much every day, it would really push you toward much better shoulder function, okay? So I'm doing a little tandem stance. I'm keeping my shoulders down. I'm taking big deep breaths. My knees are soft. My thumbs are forward. Take a big deep breath. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Take a big breath. And yes, generally I would like to shoot for 30 each. But we're gonna move right along here. I want to give you a template of things that need to just be done when you just think, oh, I don't have time, okay? Because one of the big considerations that I do in this class is joint integrity, joint health, joint integrity, joint strength. Joints can be strong if your muscles are strong, but sometimes in the process, okay, see what I did? I switched legs. So now I have my other foot in front. And no, I'm not smack up against my heel and toe, but my knees are kind of bent. Now I'm going to put my hands, palms down, and I'm going to move my shoulders in a circle. And I'm thinking a lot about how I'm moving. Try to stay on that line. You're on that little tandem line, tandem stance. My thumbs are forward. And every time I circle, I check to make sure that I'm not bending at my elbow. Now, of course, if you've had shoulder, issues, you got to be cleared for good movement. But you want to try to make these palm up, palm down, and a nice shoulder circle from the shoulders, not from your bent elbow. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more here. I'm not hitting quite 30 today. Take a big deep breath, just two more. Stay with me, keep your shoulders down, big breath. And down, and shake out, shake out, shake out. Woo! So this keys us all up for single leg standing. And I'm going to go through some upper body motions that mimic what we're going to be doing with weights. Now, I'm doing a single leg stance while I'm doing a bicep curl. Anytime I need to, I got my chair right here. See that? Take a big breath through your nose if possible. Try to stay right here. And if you need to, see, just tap your toe. Drop your shoulders, say rib cage up. Soften up this knee. You're just going to bring the knee up a little. Okay? Tap your toe if you need to, but don't straighten this leg. Keep it soft. Okay? Right here. Yeah? Just like that. Keep that toe down there. See, what if I'm getting off balance and I don't want to really quit? You just put your toe down, see? Okay, go back to here. Those of us with hips and knees replaced, single leg standing is absolutely a must for you to keep doing. Okay, go on the other leg. Soften the knee. Before you bring your leg up, soften this knee. Drop your shoulders. Okay, big breath. Now I'm going to bend and just bring my knee up a little. See that? And I would hear somebody say, well, that's not how they show us to do it on this little reel or this. You know what? You're not like everybody else. Many of you out there have had significant back problems. You've had joints replaced. And you've got to go at things a little differently. So I would rather you do a single leg stance with your leg just a little lower here. Make sure this knee is soft. Rib cage up. Okay? Take a big deep breath and see, we did the bicep curl, right? Now we're going to turn and we're going to bring our hands up. We're going to bring our elbows up. We're going to check and see how our shoulders are working. If you're having a little problem with one of your shoulders, as I do, grab your problem shoulder and let the good shoulder help. Because I want to retain this ability to do this kind of motion. See this? Take a big deep breath. Okay, keep your shoulders down. Your elbows have to go up first. Your elbows are higher than your hands. And you should be getting very tired in your lower leg now. If you've been holding yourself in a single leg stance the whole time we've been doing this. See this? So in this motion, I can tell you that just from doing this motion, I have some catching in my shoulder. I'm not going to load it heavily, okay? But here's the deal. I want to retain the ability to be able to dress myself. And that means I got to be able to get my hands up and down and do all the tasks of daily living. See that? And then some. Okay? All right. So we did some of the main moves of the Strong Women Stay Young, Strong Men and Women Stay Young. So now I'm going to bring my hands like this, and I'm doing it with no weights. Then I'm going to add the weights. Okay? So I'm going to bring my foot right here. I'm going to hold my hands down here. Get your chair or your wall so that you can just reach out and put your hand on it. That's all I want you to do. It's a safety feature. That's all. Okay, so it's going to be here. And I've got my hands right here. So I'm doing another single leg stance sequence. I'm going to come up. And I want to squeeze my gluteal right there. And I do not want to bend my knee on this one, not this one. Yeah, we'll bend it, but not on this one. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to add a little move right here. Take a breath. So it just comes up and back. So I come to the toe and back. Just come right up there and then to the toe. Drop your shoulders, breath. Drop your shoulders, breath. Drop your shoulders, breath. Put that foot there. Take a little break. And how do you take a break? You do a little fold. You go right here into a high hip hinge. You don't go deep. And then you just drop just a little bit and you come up. So you hip hinge and you come right into the heels and you come back. Do it again. Here we go. Right into the heels and come back. Yeah. Right into the heels and come back. So you just get that bending going. And while you're bending, you make sure that you're not rounding your back. Now, I'm going to go to the other leg. I got my chair here, or my wall, whatever you need, or a pole to get you some stability. Take your toe back. Say rib cage up. See, I got my pole here. I could use a chair. I could use a wall. Soft knee, rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Breath, squeeze, and lift. And on this one, you don't do a lot of a real heavy high lift. You just get the toe off the ground. Drop your shoulders, soften the knee that's holding you, and just get that gluteal going. Yeah, you gotta fire your gluteals. Get them charged up. Okay, so that they're working with you. Take a big deep breath. 2 more. Here we go. 1 more. Yeah, just like that. Now I've got my bar, and all I'm going to do is strike a match and bring my heel in. I'm going to bring it in until I feel a stretch right here. Okay, so I've got my bar here, but you may want to put your hand on a chair. It's whatever. So you're going to strike a match, get your knee all the way back, say rib cage up, and come in. See that? Strike the match, pull. Come back, strike the match, pull, and come back down. Here we go. On the other leg, here's your pole, here's your chair. Strike the match till you get to your toe. Now say rib cage up, and then bring that heel in until you feel your quadriceps stretch a little. Strike the match, and then pull. And go back and say strike the match and go pull. Take a big deep breath, strike the match, and pull. Yay. Okay. Now we're going to use, some of you have a chair. Some of you, see, I have a pole here on my desk. And if I hang on to this right here, it ain't moving. So you need something you can pull against. A lot of times, just a simple straddle a door, open a door, hold on to the doorknob, and do the next move that I'm going to do. And up to right here, this is where I want you to understand this whole first part are just essential moves for you to check in with yourself. So pretend this is a door right here. I'm grabbing the doorknobs. I'm stepping in and I'm pushing back as I let my shoulders really stretch. And on this one, you want to make sure whatever you're pulling against is not going to move. So poles in the basement, doors, and you're just pushing into your heels and you're just dropping as low as you feel you can go. And then you're going to come up and then you're going to go in on a hyperextension. So drop your shoulders, let the hips come forward into your door or into your wall or your pole or your chair. I'll show you how I can do it with a chair. Okay, ready? One more time. Dig it into the heels, drop your chin. Make sure you are dropping your butt lower than your head. That's the key, lower than your head. And then come back and then do a hyperextension with your shoulders dropping. Right there, right there, right there. Press in, press in, press in. And then come back. So if you could see your way through doing that, those motions, those are single leg stances, tandem works, other than carries, which we'll do now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this at the get-go with very, very, very heavy weight. Because I've done my tandem stances, I've done little dips, I've really stretched out dynamically. So now I'm going to pick up the heaviest weight that I can carry. So we're not going to do what you call, you know, curls or anything like that. I want you to walk with an extremely heavy weight. Okay, see, I'm just walking and I'm going to try my best to keep from doing what? Yeah, to keep from tilting, wobbling. And there is some wobble. Anytime you have your joints replaced, you got the chance of ending up with one leg shorter than the other. Then you have to do what you can to mitigate all of the effects of that. Do you see what I'm doing? So I'm walking around with almost 40 pounds because I have 18 and 18 in my little hands here. And I'm just walking around. I'm going to turn. I'm going to turn. I'm going to keep walking around. Then I'm going to find a chair. I'm going to put my weights on it. I'm going to open my hands. So some of you, if you picked up a very heavy weight, which you're not used to, you're going to notice your hands are getting tired. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I like free weights. Okay, so stretch that out just for a second or two. See how I'm doing? I'm just going this way, this way, this way, this way. Forearms, hands, open, close. Grab them again. Right there. Okay, so if they're hanging right off your shoulders the way you want to, the way I would like for them to, you're not leaning into this. Say rib cage up, do a hesitating walk. Okay, if you're leaning out on this kind of a carry, then try your best not to. Okay, because right now, if you say rib cage up, Whether you're going forward or backward, do not lean forward with your upper body. Try to stay rib cage up and just walk around with a significantly heavy weight in your hands. And I'm doing it at this time in the program, in the class, for a reason. So see, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to say rib cage up every step almost. So if you tend to be a leaner, almost every step I want you to say rib cage up and really feel that load coming down through your structure, your spine, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your feet, really in a positive way, because you're fighting against it, see? Okay, so I wanted you to feel that heavy, heavy weight in your hands. And I'm gonna put it on my rack. Now I'm gonna go down and start with one where I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go 6 pounds and 9 pounds. So I'm gonna go light in my little shoulder problem area, and I'm gonna go a little heavier in my other one. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get a good stance. I'll go this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it right underneath the other one. And I'm gonna give it a help. You see that? So I'm gonna say rib cage up, and I'm gonna put that one right under there and get to where I can do a lift with a lighter weight, getting help from this hand, because I have nothing wrong with that shoulder. Okay, rib cage up, chin tuck, take a breath, and exhale right there, and then come down. Okay, try your best not to lean forward. It's all the way up and come down. Take a big deep breath. So you're coming right up to the collarbone and you're coming down. Take a breath and you're coming down. And take a breath. So the rule is this. When you're getting over an injury or you have a little snafu, whatever, you did something that you slept wrong, whatever it is. And if you move it a certain way, there's pain, and it's not a good pain. Back off on the weights. Get the movement first. Take a breath. Exhale. Breath. Ribcage up. Woo! And come back down. Ribcage up. Breath. Exhale. Yeah, just 2 more. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Here we go. Do every one of them. I'm doing them all with you. Ribcage up. Duh. And come back. Big deep breath. Now I'm going to go up and away. So I'm going to do 1 set today. Okay. Now I'm 12 and 12. Okie dokie. I'm going to come right here. Now I'm heavier than maybe normal, because I'm only going to do a set of maybe 12, maybe 12, maybe 15. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to say rib cage up. I'm going to start all the way at the bottom, and I'm going to go pull. Take a big deep breath. Exhale. Big breath. And exhale. Big breath. Exhale. Now don't rest at the top. Stay with me. Come up, but keep them working. And come back down. Take a breath. Breathe in right now. Then exhale. Otherwise, you're going to hold your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take a breath. Right there. Take a breath. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a huge volume. It just has to be some air moving. Okay? Okay. Right now, I'm going to do 3 more. Take a breath. Take a breath. Exhale. Okay, I think that was 3. Okay. Now we're gonna stay right here. We are the chair. I'm gonna step wide. I'm gonna go into a high hip hinge. And I'm gonna just push those out. So I'm using some of those same muscles that I need to do overhead work with, but I'm gonna do it in this fashion because I've got quite a heavy weight. All right, here we go. Stay into the move, press, and roll your shoulders right there, right there. Roll your shoulders into the back. You go out, you roll the shoulders in. Exhale, roll. Exhale, roll. Exhale and roll. Exhale, roll. Exhale, roll. Exhale, roll. Exhale and roll. Just two more, stay with me. Exhale, roll those shoulders in. Exhale and shoulder roll. And then come back up. Okay, now we've got these heavier weights and we're gonna do our fold. So I'm gonna go down, 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 down. Place the weights down. Don't drop them. Stay down there for a little bit. Drop your butt as far as you can down. Pat the ground. Grab them, go to the heels, and push up. Okay? Stay with me. We're gonna do 3 or 4 of these. Breath. And come down. Push into the heels. Place your weights down. Come down a little more. Put your hands down on the ground if you can. Then grab them. Push into the heels. And come up. Squeeze your butt. Yes. Here we go. Breath. This is live class. Ruby is howling. Okay, here we go. 2 more. This is a fold. Ruby's helping us with her howling. Oh dear. She is howling. Okay. Stay right down there. Pat the floor. Drop into the heels. Stay down there. Stay down there. Stay down there. Grab. Push into the heels and come up. Yay. 1 more. Here we go. Sorry about that, you guys. She sees somebody. Here we go. Down, heels, 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 breath, breath, breath. Pat down, stay into the heels, down, 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 stay down a little further, a little further, a little further down. Heels, heels, heels. Yes. Take a big breath. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Okay. Now we're ready for leg weights. So we did some of the moves already, but we're gonna start going up in weight. So if you have weights that you can put on to make them a little heavier, this is the good time to do it. Okay. No more howling. Okay. So here's my leg weight. And see, most of the time when you think, oh, I just don't have time, you don't ever get your leg weights out. And then guess what? They end up holding your door open. No. Okay. Keep your hip very hinged. Do not round your back. This is a great move. Go wide, push your butt back, and then go down through the hip. Don't round your back when you're coming down and up to put on your socks, to put on leg weights, put on your shoes, etc. Just determined to use better mechanics, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna lean out because I wanna really key up my tummy. So I'm gonna lean out right here. Take a big deep breath, keep my chin down. This is kicking right here, I feel it. I'm gonna come 1 and 2. See that? See I'm priming it? Yeah, I'm open and I'm doing 1 and. See? Make sure that you're nice and tight around your tummy. Big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Yeah, stay with me. So when you get to the top, you want to contract right there. So right here, drop your shoulders. Open at the hip. Come here and just really contract and then come back up. Make sure your rib cage is really pulling up. Right there. Contract, contract, contract. See, it's just a hesitation. It's just a hesitation. Open. Boom. See that? Yeah, it works great. Right there. Take a breath. Right there. Right there. And breath. Right there. And breath. Right there. And then we're going to do a little different twist. Moving into the set. Standing up. Moving into the set. Yeah. We're still on that. I'm going to take my chair. Make sure I have a chair next to me. Then I'm going to go tap. And I'm going to bring it right here. See this? So I'm going to come right here and just come right to there. See that? So now I have to really think how I'm standing. Don't lock your knees. Soften them. Shift. Right here. See how my toe is up? I'm going to come just like I was sitting and then come out. See this? Boom. Contract. Yeah, it's different. It's a different angle. Take a breath. Keep your knees soft. Breath. Exhale. Right here. Breath. Exhale. Right there. Breath. Exhale. Breath. Duh. Okay, one more. Here we go. Right there. Bring it back. I know it. Shift. See, there's that shift again. So once I've shifted, do not lock your knee. The knee is soft. Rib cage up. I'm going to go to my heel. See, my toe is up. This is soft. I'm going to lift. Then I'm going to do a knee extension. See? Just like that. Yeah. Just like that. So I'm keeping it at this position. And this puts a whole different spin on this. Take a big breath. Exhale. Breath. Right there. Breath. Duh. Breath. Right there. Breath. Right there. Yeah, stay with me. Keep your knees soft. Rib cage up. Breath. Exhale. Right there. Yes, right there. Two more. Right there. Right there. One more. Yay. Turn that chair. Okay. And start with a toe. You should be knowing these by now. Okay, so these are kind of must moves to keep your independence. Okay, knee is soft in the front. I'm gonna really squeeze through the gluteal and lift. Go to the toe, lift. To the toe, lift. Big breath. Say rib cage up. So this is contracting all through your gluteal, your back. You're keeping your shoulders down. You're getting integrity and strength through the shoulders. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up, hold. So it's just a lift. Don't throw that leg. It is a lift by squeezing the gluteal. Take a big breath. Boom, right there. And one more, right there. And then come in, rock your legs a little bit. If they're getting tense, okay, we're gonna go to the other leg. Stay with me, you guys, you're doing good. Okay, toe is back, yes. Shoulders are down, yes. Rib cage is up. This knee is bent just a little. Lean in, squeeze the gluteal. and lift. See, it's not a huge high lift. It's just off the ground. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. Breath and exhale. Breath. Keep your knees soft. Rib cage up. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm doing every single one of these with you. Don't bend at the knee. Yeah. Squeeze that gluteal muscle. A bunch of them. Right there. Rib cage up. Shoulders are down. Just 2 more. Stay with me. Yeah, the heel is leading. Don't turn your little toe out. How did I know you were going to do that? I've told you before, that's what slugs do. Here we go, right there. Squeeze, squeeze the gluteal, squeeze the gluteal. Okay. Now I'm throwing this one in. Are you ready? Now we are going to bend at the knee. Now we're going to do a flexion. We did an extension of the knee. Now we're going to do a flexion of the knee right there, because that is directly hamstring, okay? Don't go fast. Don't do it quick. Don't lock your knee. Keep your shoulders down. Take a breath. Woo! Don't come in too tight. And don't do it quick, okay? Because that hamstring, when you start to load it, if it's not used to it, it's going to rebel and it will cramp. And so what do you do if it cramps? Well, you just go the opposite direction, okay? I'll show you here in just a second. One more. Don't go fast. Right there. And you feel it getting tight and feel like it's going to ball, you just go like this. See that? See that? Yeah, you hip hinge. You don't bend your back. Yeah, just like that. It feels great then. Okay, other leg. Drop your shoulders. Stay with me. Shift. Put the toe back. Then pull. Yeah, you pull the heel up. You use those hamstrings. You don't use momentum. Okay, so many times I will see somebody when they start getting tired on this one. This is what it looks like. They'll go like this. And they'll use every other muscle except the hamstring. So you don't want to be that guy or that girl. Okay, toes back, rib cage up, pull. See how I'm keeping my toe back here? Pull. Yes. Pull. Yes. Shoulders down, pull. Shoulders down, pull. Shoulders down, pull. Shoulders down. Take a breath, don't go fast. Pull. Hold it there for a little bit. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. And then bring it down and push your butt back and just come down and stretch that right out, just like that. And then come up from that. And now we're ready for, we're gonna go toe, heel. See how I'm rocking and rolling back and forth? Okay. If you're standing in line somewhere, maybe not in line, because you would, if you got off balance, you might grab somebody. And we don't want to do that. Okay, so toe up, heel up, toe up, heel up. And we just want to try to do this as straight as we can. Okay, now I've got my hands here on the chair, but if I take my hands away from the chair, but I keep it right here if I need it, see, then that's a different, whole different ball of wax. Yeah. Toe, heel, breath, toe, heel. And again, great way to do these heel, the toe lifts, where you're going to go from your toe box up, is on a stair. So we've got one more left to do with our leg weights. So I'm going to use your pad. And I'm gonna put it right here behind the chair. And now I'm gonna start moving us into phase 2 and 3 of heel lifting. And that means on a stair, okay? So drop your heels, push your hips forward, use every opportunity you can to do this hip forward, shoulders down stance. See, my heels are dropping. Do you see that? So I'm getting an added bonus of a stretch through the feet and the heels with my hips forward. Okay, come back to neutral, back. Now soften the knees a tiny bit and then come all the way up into your toe box. And when you're up here, squeeze your butt and then release and come down. So here's the deal. This move, done properly, is one of your best chances of really tightening in and getting the gluteals to fire, okay? So that you actually use your gluteal muscles to ambulate, to move through your day. So you gotta feel what tightening them and contracting them and then releasing them feels like. So release, okay, ready? Squeeze, go all the way up into your toe box. Take a big deep breath, come down. Yeah, here we go. Squeeze, really tight. Then come down to the heel and release the gluteals. You have to think about it. Here we go, all the way up, squeeze, and then come down, okay? Now we're gonna move into putting the, dropping the toes, okay? So now we're gonna try to drop the toe off of the edge of the little pad. I can do one. See how that feels? See, put your heel there, drop to the toe, and just really stand up straight. And then pull that toe up. See that? So doing one and then the other, no big deal. You do them both together, it's a big deal. You have to have your chair ready, okay? So now I'm gonna drop those toes, and now I'm gonna go into the heel, and I got my chair here, lightly touching, bring the toes up. And all we're doing is dropping 2 inches. I know. Here we go, up. Take a big breath. Yes. Take a big breath. Yeah, here we go, breath. And drop, drop. So you could do this heel toe thing anytime you're standing around and there's a good solid wall that you can hang on to or that you could lean your shoulders up against. See how I'm bringing the toes up? So that's tibialis anterior. I got my weights on my ankles. It's just an added challenge, see, to pull those toes up. Okay, you want to really feel the muscles right in here and at your ankles, pulling. Take a big deep breath, bring them down, just 2 more. Here we go, bring them up. See, hold your hand here or lean up against a wall, but really pull those toes up. Yeah, just really pull them up and then put them down. Yes. Now we're ready to kick that out and go right into, see, I'm going to put my foot out here. See that? See, it's touching, but I'm not over here. I'm here. So stay in your post side. Put your leg out. Now tighten up and lift. And when you tighten up your gluteal and you lift this little leg, not very far, keep your toe turned in. Yeah, to your midline. And then come right here. See this? This is a big deal for hips. This is a big deal. You can accomplish this in many ways. You can have a band. See, I'm gonna take my little band with me when I'm heading out anywhere. Take a breath. Yeah, drop your shoulders, breath. Drop your shoulders, breath. Drop your shoulders, breath. Okay, you should be feeling a lot of muscles around that hip. Yeah, I know. Okay, now I'm going to turn around so you can see what that looks like. So say I'm right here. I'm going to squeeze, put my toe, my heel down. Take a breath. I'm going to lift to the heel. Keep the toe turned into the midline. Take a breath. 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 Yeah, you're leading with your heel. You should be feeling it all through your hips. Right there. 2 more. 1 more. Keep your toe turned in. Right there. Woo! You should feel that in your hips. Yes, sirree. See, I'm going to take this with me. Okay, now go to your chair. So here I am. So I'm going to release my leg weights. Okay. Yeah. So I hope most of you are doing at least 5 on your leg weights. I'm heading in toward 8 now. Okay. Drop your shoulders. Body weight time. We're going to go front and back, so stay with me. We did every element of the Strong Women Stay Young. We previewed it with no weights, and then we used our weights, and we worked through it, and I added a few little moves here or there, but we did all those moves. See my heels? This is body weight time. Drop your shoulders, and all you're going to do is you're going to let your butt come off, and then just act like you're going to sit down, but don't. See? It's a tiny little move. Keep your shoulders down. Breath. You want to retain the ability to do this move. It's an important move. Okay, we're going to do a couple more. Breath. 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 And then we're going to stand up, lead your choir, go wide with your legs. We're going to come up. We're going to turn around. We're going to come into the chair. Now, if you want to, you can put your elbows down. You can put your pad on the chair. You can do whatever you want to. We're going to do a little modified push-up. So I have my hands here. I'm going to roll my elbows in and just drop and come back up. See that? And I'm going to go out a little more with my little feet. Take a breath. Come down and press up. Exhale. Come down and press up. Exhale. Come down. Press back up. So all you're doing is opening and closing at your elbows. Your shoulders are over your wrists. See? And this is called a modified chair push-up. But man, if you got to where you could do 3 sets of 10 of these, that's where we're going. So this is body weight time. Take a breath. See how I'm on my toes? Keep your chin tucked. Just drop your elbows. That's all you want to do. Take a big breath. Okay, 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Yay. Come right here. Grab the back of that chair and straighten your legs. And you let your head go down just a little bit, a few seconds, and bring those toes up. Take a breath. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Rock and roll back in. And then push up. Okay, we're going to end the way we started. Find yourself a doorknob and a door. Here's my door. Here's my doorknob. I'm just going to step wide and I'm going to sit back. And I'm going to let my shoulders really pull and I'm going to push. See, I'm pushing my butt back and I'm pulling against the doorpost or the pole or the bed post or something that won't move. And then you just hang down there for a bit. Go wide, go back into your T, rotations, your W. Here's what I want you to test. Now when we're in the W, say rib cage up, and I want to see if your palm is able to hit your deltoid better. See that? That's the goal, not this. This is for Kay and Tim. I could say a few more names, but I won't. Okay, take a big breath. Then come here. When you do this, before you really pull, drop your shoulders. Then open the upper back. Drop your chin, open the upper back by dropping your shoulders. Yeah. Take big deep breaths. Okay, y'all. I will post this one. Everything else is posted. So I went through some essential moves again today, and I'm trying to get it into your little brain, some of these. So I did some basic moves in the beginning of the class. Then I went through the whole program with no weights. And then we added weights, didn't we?